In this video, traders, we are going to look at what makes us keep trading after we hit our daily loss limits. If you're a day trader, if you're a scalper, you might be in this situation. You hit your daily loss limit and for some reason, something in your mind says to keep on trading. Let's examine what it could be and maybe come up with a solution. Stick around. Hey traders, warm welcome to you. Thank you for joining me. Okay, so you're a day trader, you're a scalper, you've got a daily loss limit. And let's say you've hit the loss limit, but for some reason you've carried on trading. Now, two results out of that. One is you get away with it, you keep going and you kind of claw your money back and you stop. The other is that you end up getting a real heavy hammered day and some reason you just stop or you end up blowing up an account. Now, we've probably all been in these situations, especially if you're a newer trader, when the discipline's not quite there yet. We can often keep trading, and you might have had a couple of days in your career that have just been so bad that if you could eliminate those, you'd probably be actually quite profitable over your period of time you've been trading. And so what we want to do is we want to try to, because what I like to do from a personal perspective, and I also like to do when I'm speaking to other traders about solutions and trying to get things fixed, is to work out why we're doing something. So we're not going to go all psychology on us and kind of sitting on couches and regressing back to all sorts of different times in our lives. We're just going to be more solution focused and think, why are we doing something? And then maybe we can attack it and come out with, address the problem. So the first thing is desire to get it back. I think that's the big one. I think let's just use some numbers here. Let's say you've got $1,000 daily loss limit on your day trading and you hit that 1,000, let's say you go over a little bit. You might be like, you know what, I want to get this back. I want to get my account equity back to where it was before. And it's frustration. Very often, this daily loss limit often comes after a period of drawdown anyway. This is kind of how generally it works. You're very rarely going to beat a watermark highs with your equity curve and then all of a sudden come down and hit your daily loss limit. It happens, but you're more likely to be disciplined than to protect things. Generally speaking, you've hit your kind of high watermark of your equity curve, and then you come down a little bit and then you hit a daily loss limit. So it's almost like a capitulation on the pullback on your equity curve, if you like. And so very often you think, I'm so far away now from my equity curve highs, I want to get it back. You switch modes in your brain and the desire comes to be, right, I want to get it back, So it's a kind of a form of revenge trading. And then of course, once you're in that mode, if you have another loss, you kind of damaging. If you have a profit, you feel like, hey, I'm nearly there, and it's just a bad place to be. Second thing is, I've broken one rule, so may as well carry on. So let's take that example of $1,000 loss limit. Let's say you close a trade and you're down 1,100, for example. You might think, oh well, I've broken that rule now. It doesn't matter, I should carry on. Or maybe you've overtraded, or maybe you took a trade you shouldn't have done, or you've broken a rule to cause this drawdown. And so you kind of justify in your mind, and you say, well, I've broken one rule, I may as well just carry on. And that's just a dangerous thing to do. We could get analogies in daily life as well. We talk about health, we talk about fitness and diets and stuff like this. You can imagine if you'd say, well, I didn't go to the gym once this week, well, that means I'm not going to go for the whole month. It just doesn't make any sense. Oh, I've had one piece of cake when I said it wouldn't be, I may as well have the whole cake. And this is kind of, it sounds silly when he's standing and saying it, but this is human nature, guys. Same with trading. Sometimes we think if we break a rule, well, I may as well have a big rule break day. But at the end of the day, you've still got your capital at risk. It's something to reframe in your mind at least. Third thing is despair at performance. So perhaps similar to the first thing, if you're drawn down from equity highs, equity curve highs, and you're just feeling pretty rubbish about your trading, it's not going so well, or even if you've just been drawing down, just kind of the final straw and the desperation of, I just can't get any profit, I can't seem to get any traction, it's not working out for me, that sometimes can just overrule any little bit of discipline you happen to have and just say, well, you know what, just swing for the fences, just go for it. It doesn't matter now, we can get back to highs, your performance isn't very good, you can't trade very well, you might as well just go for it now. And again, you're kind of moving away from the professionalism aspect of trading right into the gambler's mentality. So be careful of that one. Fourth thing, guys, is I'm in so deep now, you have nothing to lose. This is a classic one. I've lost so much, I'm down so much, I'm down, you know, way more than I wanted to be. It doesn't matter now. This is generally when you've really broken a rule. Since you've got $1,000 loss limit, maybe you're down 2 or 3, and you're like, I'm down 3. What does another $500 matter? Then you're down 4. What does another, you know, $100 matter? And before you know it, you're down so much. You're thinking, well, what does it matter if I'm down 10 grand? I'm already down 6. And so you start thinking completely irrationally and crazily. Of course, the difference between 6 and 10 is huge when your loss limit was 1. At any point, you know, it's still okay to cut it and go, enough's enough, I'm out. So, you know, that thinking as well needs to try to be rewired and said, even if I'm down way more than I expected, at any point I can still cut and call it a win that I didn't lose more. Yes, I can't call it a win on the day. I'm not going to pat myself too much on the back because I broke the rule. However, if I'm down 2 and I want it to be 1, that is better than being down 10 or 15 or 18 or whatever, which it could have been if I just kept going and going and going and going. So, you know, bearing that in mind as well. The fifth thing, guys, is discipline muscles not engaging. So this kind of summarizes the whole of this. And really, you know, something that you know, helps me a lot and has helped me a lot in my trading is to just really try to exercise the discipline muscle in trading and outside of trading. So in trading, let's talk about this for now. I talk lots about discipline and just how to improve your trading discipline. So if you haven't really got that discipline muscle and you're not engaging it, you're going to be weak in many areas. You're going to have a situation where you're down $1,000, you're down 1,100, and all of these kick in. You get frustrated at your performance. You think that I've broken the rule, I might as well carry on. And then you get so far that you have nothing to do. So it all cascades. Whereas when you start to become more disciplined in your trading, you're doing little exercises just to stick to it, just to stick to discipline and improve the discipline, you become so much less vulnerable to this. Even if you do feel despair at your trading, you still have a discipline that says, hey, I identify as a disciplined trader, and so therefore there is no reason for me to be digging myself a further hole. I may feel disappointed with my performance, I may feel despair at my performance, I may feel like I've broken one rule and I may as well carry on, but ultimately, because I've been flexing the discipline muscle with all the drills, all the training, all the stuff, and just done the right thing for as long as possible, it now goes against the grain, against your morals to do something that's way out of sync with your rules because you're so aligned with it. So, you know, flexing discipline muscle, doing things every day in your trading that just makes that discipline muscle that much stronger. Sticking to the rules, stopping trading at a certain time. Making sure that you don't trade a position size you shouldn't do, making sure you don't trade a market you shouldn't do, a trade setup you shouldn't do, journaling when you said you were going to do, doing a trading plan, all these kind of things. Sticking to that builds the confidence, builds the discipline. Then when the chips are down, things are getting stressful, you're down off your equity curve, you're at your max loss limit in the day. That's when you really dig into your discipline and go, you know what, call it a day, the loss limit's there for a reason, let me take stock. And that's when you have a chance to make it back over time. It's when you start losing it all, you start punting away, you start hitting it in size, you start hoping, you start not caring, nothing to lose, desperation, when things just get really, really nasty. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. I think if you're a day trader, you've probably been in this situation before. How have you handled it? Let me know. Let me know in the comments section below. Don't forget to check out our channel sponsor, guys. There's a link to them in the description below too. Take care. Bye-bye.